Hi, my name's Peter and welcome to the Flagstaff Group. Flagstaff is a company based in Wollongong, just 1 hour south of Sydney. Flagstaff is a unique, multi-faceted company comprising of a number of diverse business units, including print and mail, fine foods, paper recycling, light engineering and commercial laundry. Flagstaff supports an integrated working environment across all its business units, employing people with a disability and those without to create this most unique business model. To tell us more, I'm joined by Flagstaff's Chief Executive Officer, Steve Beard. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Peter.
So tell me more about Flagstaff as an organisation.
Yeah, thanks, Peter. The Flagstaff Group was formed in 1966 at a time when there was very few opportunities for people with disabilities in employment. Today, the group employs over 350 people in 2 locations on the south coast of New South Wales, in Wollongong and Nowra.
So tell me, how did the business develop?
Yeah, the group recognised many years ago that it needed to be in control of the goods and services that it produced and to transact with the end customer. So to do this, they identified certain successful small businesses that specialised in the area of printing, mailing, food preparation, light engineering, laundry and waste management.
And how does this make Flagstaff different from other organisations?
Well, Flagstaff hasn't changed in its fundamental vision and function to provide employment support to people with disabilities. But what has changed is how that vision is delivered within a commercial environment.
Meaning?
Well, today it's accepted practice for people with disabilities to be integrated into open employment. Well, in reality, Flagstaff has been doing that for a lot of years. So it's all about creating an integrated work environment that supports people with disabilities over various industries. So our skill is in being able to design a work process that suits a person with disability, and then adding to that the appropriate training, equipment and possibly even software. And what that does, Peter, it helps to maintain our productivity and our quality, and you'll see from our workers as you walk around that from the smiles on their faces that this is a winning formula.
That's great. How do the employees work within this integrated environment?
Well, at Flagstaff we see very little difference between a person with a disability and those without. It's all about providing the best workplace opportunity for the right person and then supporting their professional growth. But the really nice thing about Flagstaff, Peter, is that our team treat each other with integrity, dignity and respect. They really do work together as a genuine team.
What about your customers? How do they feel?
Well, to be honest, Peter, our new customers often have a natural apprehension when making a decision whether to buy from us, but it only takes a really short time for them to realise that Flagstaff does operate as a real commercial enterprise. We know that we've got to get our quality right, our service right and our price right for those customers to keep coming back to us. And you'll see when you have a walk around, Peter, that Flagstaff has grown over the years, so customers are obviously very comfortable in continuing to do business with us. So I think the best thing for you to do now, Peter, is to have a look around the organisation, because we find that it's not until people actually have a look around that they realise what a really unique organisation Flagstaff is.
That's a great idea, Steve. To tell us more about Flagstaff's Fine Foods division, I'm joined by its manager, Cherie Gorry.
Hi Peter, and welcome to Flagstaff Fine Food.
Thanks, Cherie. So tell us about Fine Foods.
Fine Foods was developed 20 years ago. It started as a small catering business. It's now grown into quite a substantial business. We have around about 20 people on staff with disabilities, around about 8 of those without disabilities.
So how many meals each day does your team produce and prepare?
We do 3,500 meals per day, and that's a mix of meals, desserts and soups.
So how does the process work?
We package, not cook on site. Our staff work in teams. We break them into 2 each day. Some do desserts and some of them do main meals. They then go through the lidding machine. We have a very up-to-date system of packaging and also lidding. Then they go into a blast freezer and stay there for about an hour and move on then into dispatch area where they're packed into boxes and then they're taken to holding freezers until ready for delivery.
Are they all the same type of meal?
We actually supply 3 different sorts of main meals. We have our normal standard size, then we have a larger version or a smaller version. So we are catering for different age groups. We also prepare halal, so that's our specialty. And we also have soups and desserts.
Do you have the ability to produce more specialised meals?
We do pureed meals, we also do minced, and we also can provide low fat or low salt and gluten-free.
How are the meals packaged?
Our food is packaged in fully recyclable, environmentally friendly containers with a tamper-proof seal.
So being a Wollongong-based business, I'm assuming you just service Wollongong customers?
Well, no, actually, we also go as far north as the Queensland border and as south to the Victorian border and out west, and we're growing nationally.
So that would mean Fine Foods is compliant with food safety standards?
Absolutely. We have New South Wales Food Authority certification. We also have HACCP certification and halal certification, of course. To ensure that we do maintain those standards, we regularly probe the food as it's being served and before it goes through the lidding machine to ensure that it stays at less than 5 degrees. And we also regularly take all temperatures within the rooms of the freezers and the food banks, etc., to make sure that they are also at the standard that's required.
So with such high standards of food preparation and with so many meals being prepared each day, is it difficult to find the right staff?
No, it's not actually. We train staff on site, so we look to what their strengths are and then train them and move them into those areas to complement that. We have, as I mentioned earlier, around about 20 people with disabilities and around about 8 people without disabilities. They integrate, they do much the same sort of work together. We really promote teamwork, it's very important, and we also promote to themselves as well the integrity and also respect.
That sounds great. So if I were a customer, how would I get in touch?
By phone, by fax, pop on the website, find the Fine Foods icon, and we'd be happy to take your order.
As you can see, Flagstaff have invested in modern technology and machines to ensure that they get it right every time. And they fully train their staff to work within a process in a highly commercial environment. Each worker, no matter what their label is fully supported and is part of a team with the emphasis of getting the job done. That's the unique Flagstaff model. And finally, if you are interested, I invite you to come along and take a tour. See the facilities, meet the people. It'll be well worth the effort.